Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where I cover nostalgic, obscure, otherwise strange content. As we navigate the SAG WGA strike, I've been trying to find media that I'm sure is not going to be promoting any corporations that are opposing the strike, taking it one day at a time. There are a small number of ongoing projects that have signed at least temporary deals with the union so that they can meet their requirements and continue filming. And lo and behold, Beyond Belief is one of those projects. I don't know if you know this, but Beyond Belief is still currently filming in Germany, though I believe it is still an American-based project. It's complicated. They signed the SAG deal, so we get to return to the long-running fan-favorite series on this channel, going through Beyond Belief, one episode at a time. Jonathan Frakes ain't no scab, baby. I've decided, because at this point I've covered 11 of the original 45 episodes. And pretty much every episode has been requested at some point. So in fairness, I'm at the point where we've covered about a quarter of the original run of the show. I'm going to go through the other 3/4 in order and just catch everything that I missed. So we are actually covering the pilot episode today, which sadly means that we will not have Jonathan Frakes, but we will have the show's original host that no one remembers, God bless him, James Brolin. In fact, when I pulled up this episode, the season 1 thumbnail and promotion and stuff was all Jonathan Frakes, even though he didn't host this season. That's some bullshit.
This word may look like it spells false to you.
It does.
A closer look shows that it can also be true.
Hang on. Oh, I see. It's hidden in there. Well, God damn it.
Each story may seem to you beyond belief, and in fact, some of them are totally fictitious.
Because this is a pilot episode, James has to explain the concept to us. If you haven't seen this show, they're going to tell us, I think, 5 stories, and then we're going to guess which ones are real and which ones are fake, and they'll tell us at the end. Play along with me, because I haven't pre-watched this, and I certainly don't remember from when I watched it back as a little kid.
Can you recall ever seeing something that wasn't really there?
Yes, why do you ask?
Mona Watson has been seeing things lately. Will her visions turn out to be reality?
Oh God, that terrified me.
Things weren't going so well in my marriage. Plus, I'd lost my mom and dad within months of each other.
Oh, this poor lady has had such a terrible time.
I was terrified about my mental state and about that frightening image that I couldn't get out of my head.
Well, I would start by getting rid of the terrifying baby painting in the corner over there. I don't like the loud noises in this one. Jesus Christ. I hate this. She's only seeing the creepy lady in the one mirror. The mirror is haunted, probably.
Your mother just died and you're under a lot of stress.
Poor lady.
I rearranged the things in the house because I couldn't rearrange the thoughts in my head.
Aw.
You forgot to turn out the hall light.
I knew that George was trying to force me to confront my demons.
All right, George, I get it. You're trying to help, but I don't know that you're qualified to do immersion therapy. I hate it so much. I know it's coming, too.
Can't you come home tonight?
Okay, so the husband is stranded on the road and unable to come home because of the storms, that she's stuck there at night, alone.
I don't know why I didn't just sleep downstairs that night.
Just cover the mirror. Yeah, there you go. She got the right idea. Isn't it old tradition that you're supposed to cover mirrors when someone passes away so that they, don't get trapped in the mirror or something? I think that's an old Victorian tradition. The lady who is stuck in the mirror is like, damn it, why did no one think to cover the mirror before I died? Oh, there's an intruder. That is an actual intruder person. That's not a ghost. That's a person breaking into your house. Oh! 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 Okay, there's a lot to break down there. Hang on. So the ghost saved her life. Good for the ghosty. The guy got spooked, fell over the banister, presumably died. But also, why was that the sound effect that they put in for him screaming? Oh! Ah!
The Prowler was picked up a few blocks away by the police.
Oh, he didn't die. Okay.
It was found that in the last year he had escaped from the police after murdering a woman.
Oh, he murdered the woman. What? Okay, wait. So he murdered a woman, and then she just happened to be haunting the person that he tried to murder next? Or was the ghost haunting her because she could see the future and she knew that he was going to try to murder her next? Maybe.
Well, they printed the picture of the murdered woman in the local paper.
Either they went to the trouble of printing up a whole fake newspaper, or they just gave the ending away.
Is this story inspired by actual events? Or merely smoke and mirrors?
I don't know, James.
To be seated in a warm, safe place as you are right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel very safe after that last episode, but I am in a comfy chair.
What if we were accused of a crime for which we had no alibi? Then would our comfortable seat feel quite as safe?
Oh shit, that's not a comfy chair.
The electric chair is a relatively simple contraption composed of little more than wood, leather straps, and electrical wiring.
Is this a good time to put on record, again, that I don't agree with the death penalty? Especially by way of electrocution. Fun fact, the electric chair exists because Thomas Edison was trying to discredit Nikola Tesla, and it was probably one of the only actual inventions he invented on his own that we know of. Thomas Edison sucked.
The blindfold goes back to the days of the firing squad. For electrocutions, it also holds the eyes in place.
Ew, gross. I don't want to know that.
It was attorney Lee Calvin's first case as public defender. He believed in the innocence of his client, but he couldn't convince the state.
I love how that lawyer is pacing, but the corded phone isn't letting him pace that far.
Sorry, Ray.
All right, so this guy is unjustly accused of murder. This is one of the cases against the death penalty, is because people do get falsely accused all of the time. People get put to death innocent all of the time. It's one of the many reasons why we should just do away with it.
Ray Michael Edmonston was a Vietnam vet. After he came back to the States, he lived on the streets, one of the thousands of homeless.
Yeah, this poor guy is a vet, like many vets, one that the American government doesn't want to actually help after they have gone through trauma for the country. Because of the military-industrial complex, all they care about is making money and finding oil. Yeah, we're going through all the leftist politics today. Hi.
Hold on, it's all right.
I can't imagine watching an execution.
He's ready.
They don't even, ask for last words. Don't they ask for final words?
Time.
Oh my god, it didn't work. Oh my god, do you know how extra scary that would be?
Again.
Oh my god! They're gonna give him a heart attack before anything else. They're gonna give me a heart attack. I wanna cry.
Edmonston was granted a 24-hour reprieve.
But then what happens when the 24 hours are up?
At the exact same moment the execution failed, another crime was taking place.
Oh my god.
In the city where Ray had been arrested, a gunman was caught holding up a liquor store. Detectives called to the scene of the robbery were the same ones who had investigated Ray's case. They were startled by the resemblance of the robbery suspect to Ray.
Again, they either had fake historical photos or that was real, but that looked like the actor, so I think they just did fake historical photos.
2 days before his 50th birthday, Ray was free. Free to make something of his life at last.
Free to make something of his life at last? He was innocent. Why are you saying it like he was like a delinquent? He was a vet. The only reason his life went downhill was because the government fucked him over a bunch of times.
Or is the explanation as simple as those mornings when your car engine won't turn over for several times, and then suddenly kicks right in?
Oh, that camera change.
The road offers her acclaim for her singing every night, but it also keeps her away from her family far too many nights a year.
Yeah, being an entertainer is a lot more work than people think. That's why we support the strike and the unions. Well, I support all unions, but, we're talking about the one that's on strike currently.
So it's very important to keep her family together, no matter how far away she is.
See, that's why the play is just being a lazy YouTuber who gets to film in a closet and then go take a nap. Okay, we start out with a singer who's always away from her family.
In a restless world like this is.
She's a pretty voice.
That's me behind the desk. I'm in charge of Vicky Sawyer's career. I'm also her husband.
Okay, so her husband is her manager. I always wonder about people whose managers are their family. I wonder if that makes it less stressful or more stressful. I guess it depends.
Vicky spends weeks at a time on the road, which means our daughter, Molly, and I are left alone a lot.
And they have a teenage daughter who helps him, I guess.
Oh, I love you too, hon. What's going on? You're kidding. It's 11:15. You should be in Jacksonville by now.
This is one of those, it's not as bad as some of the other ones I've seen, but don't you love when phone calls on TV are not timed out correctly? So like they're answering way faster than they would because like it sounds like the person on the other end of the line doesn't have any time to speak.
Sure, I can meet you. Where?
Hey, honey, yeah, I miss you too. Where you going? What? What do you mean you're late?
Love you.
Love you. So he goes to meet up with his wife who's on the road at this old little club that's closed down where she started her career.
That's strange.
He's like, huh, no one knows how to use a padlock. Guess it's fair game.
Our table. The one where Vicky and I would sit for hours making plans for the future.
Aww.
I got this call from Mom. She said to meet up with you guys here.
Okay, so the daughter is showing up.
This is where Mom and I had our first date. This is in high school.
Aw, they're high school sweethearts.
Never bothers you that Mom's the one that gets all the attention.
Aw, they're in a healthy relationship.
What's up, man? What kind of accident?
Oh no.
Is Vicky okay?
Oh my god.
Said the plane with your mom and the fellas in the band crashed coming into Jacksonville.
No!
They're all dead.
The mom died!
We both talked to her after 11.
And she called them on the phone as a ghost. Holy shit, this is so sad.
Or maybe this story never really happened at all.
You can't just tell me that after I'm traumatized. That one was so sad they couldn't even come up with a pun for it.
A gun, yet the greatest storyteller of them all, Shakespeare, seemed to do fine without it.
I've never heard the theory posited that before guns it was harder to write stories? What?
And although Shakespeare wasn't above the use of violence, he always made sure his tragedies had plenty of fate and irony too.
You know, Chekhov's gun doesn't literally have to be about a gun, you know? Oh god, oh god, oh god, I remember this one. I don't remember if they said it was true or not, but I remember the point of this one.
She was my boss, but we were like sisters.
Oh, one of those fictitious good bosses.
She probably should have never gone inside, but she couldn't help herself.
Uh-oh.
Honey?
This doesn't look good.
John?
Maybe I'm thinking of a different one.
Sharon's husband, John, was a cop.
Oh shit, no, this is the one.
Oh my god!
Okay, so the husband is cheating on her.
He trained other cops.
ACAB for very different reasons than we usually talk about. Sharon.
Put the gun down!
Oh my god, everybody has a gun. Why does everybody have a gun?
When the gun went off, Sharon never had a chance. They said that she died within minutes.
Okay, but if she died within minutes, they still could have tried to rush her to the hospital.
The authorities cleared John of any wrongdoing and declared the case closed. But that day, fate stepped in and took over.
Oh my god, so the employee's about to do a murder crime. She literally was like, if the justice system won't catch him, I will. Damn. Aw, she missed.
Thankfully, the shot missed.
I know lawnmowers are loud, but you wouldn't even hear a gunshot over it?
John and his lover eventually got married. She never liked Sharon's trees.
All right, so he's married the mistress, and the mistress wants the deceased wife's tree chopped down.
I guess it reminded her too much of Sharon and that terrible day.
Are you ready for the absolute craziest thing ever? So when the ex-employee took the shot, she missed and it went into the tree. And then when he was trying to cut the tree down, the bullet popped out and shot him.
At first, it seemed like a heart attack until the blood appeared.
Yep.
The chainsaw blade had somehow struck the bullet and shot it straight into John's heart.
Karma's a bitch, man.
Could a bullet Shot into a tree, be dislodged years later to find its original target?
I don't know, but I'm sure you're gonna tell me.
Or maybe this is simply a fable, and our writing staff is guilty of firing blanks.
I can't wait to find out if they are, in fact, firing blanks.
For most of us, the purchase of a home is the most important investment we'll ever make.
I'm a millennial, sir. I'll never have a house.
There was absolutely nothing wrong with this ideal scene.
Oh, that's the house that they use at the beginning of every episode. It's from this episode. That makes so much sense.
Except for one thing. It was only a dream.
Oh, shit. Terrified me. All right, so the lady's having reoccurring dreams about this one specific dream house. And she's walking through it in the dream, and she can see it so vividly, but then she keeps waking up from the dream. And she's like, I know I'll be able to find it in real life one day.
The home was so inviting. I was drawn inside.
Oh, that is a beautiful house.
I knew that this was a house I could turn into a loving, wonderful home.
Damn, that is a dream house. Holy shit.
I gotta get to work. I love you.
Love you, doubting non-believer husband.
Daniel, stop! Stop! That's it. That's the house I've been dreaming about.
The husband's like, all right, I guess I'll just stop in the middle of the street.
The floors, the woodwork, it's all here.
So I don't know if they're going to say this one is true or not, but I actually believe this one because something really similar happened to my mom. She tells this story all the time. My mom and dad were shopping for houses a long time ago, and my mom had a dream where she was walking through a house, and then they came into one of the houses they were looking at, and she was like, oh, I remember this place, and she was able to be like, yeah, and I remember the kitchen's over here, and the bedroom's over here, and my dad was just like, what the fuck?
This place is going on the market today.
Oh, and the house is going on the market that day.
Your wife, she's been here before.
He's like, please don't make me try to explain.
I mean, there's no way they're gonna accept our bid. It's way, way too low.
Looks like you've bought yourself a house.
They accepted the way too low bid.
The owner instructed me to take the first offer, period.
Wait.
He's like, what the fuck is wrong with this house?
Well, the owners are convinced that the place is haunted.
The owners are convinced that the place is haunted, so they're like, literally take the first bid you get, because we want out.
I don't care what the owners think. We're taking this house.
And this lady is just like every other millennial, every other person that knows how expensive good homes are, or any homes at all are. And it's just like, I don't care if it's haunted. The ghost can have the guest room for all I care. I want this house.
It's you. You're the ghost.
What?
You're the one haunting this house. You were here every night.
She was astral projecting in her dreams.
I was here every night, but that was only in my dreams, wasn't it?
She was the one haunting the house. She scared this poor lady and stole her house. You know what? Good for her. I support her.
Let's look back on tonight's stories and see how good we are at separating fact from fiction.
All right, guys, it's time to put in your guesses. Play along with me and let me know how you did in the comments. They really made him walk from way too far away. Jonathan Frakes got the good set. Do you think James Brolin is ever salty that Jonathan Frakes got the better set?
Our first story was about the woman who was haunted by the apparition in the mirror.
Feels untrue, but I think they're going to say true, so I'm going to say true.
Did this seem like something that you might have read about in the papers? Well, you might have. The events took place.
Yep.
And what about the condemned man who was saved from certain death by an electric chair that wouldn't work?
Feels true, so they're probably going to say false, so false.
Did this story seem impossible to you? Congratulations. It's total fiction.
2 for 2, baby.
Vicky?
Then there was the story of the family brought together by a message that may have come from the other side.
This one could really go either way. True. I'll say true.
Did this story seem to be real? Did you think it was based on truth? Not this time. It's fiction.
Damn it!
And how about our tale of the wronged wife, the philandering husband, and the avenging bullet?
I want them to say this one is true so bad, so I'm going to say true.
Did you think this story was false? You're absolutely wrong. The bullet did find its mark.
Hell yeah, they said it happened. Holy shit. One of these days I'll have to go through and do research and figure out how many of these actually happened.
Our final plot told of the couple who were searching for their dream house and found something totally unexpected.
I'm saying true.
Do you think that you've got this one figured out? Did the events take place? Yes, they did.
Yeah, I come from a family where stuff like this happens to us. Honestly, a little more than you would expect. I don't pretend to know why or how or what the science behind it is, but it was just like, I know for damn sure that one's true. 3 true, 2 fact. No, 4. No, 3. 3. They're literally showing me. I just pay attention.
We hope you found tonight's stories both entertaining and thought-provoking.
I did.
Good night.
Good night. Oh, I almost said Jonathan Frakes. I'm sorry, James Brolin. All right, so that was Season 1, Episode 1 of Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction. Thank you guys for returning for another episode. Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing. Everything you do to support this channel means the world to me. If you're new here and you're a fan of nonsense, maybe consider sticking around because I post nonsense all the time. And remember, my name is Avery. I'm a YouTuber who say so because thanks to you guys, this is technically a YouTube channel. Bye!